Hello again, my dear viewers. Today is March 31, and the current review is traditionally a summary from the fronts. I will tell you about what is happening with us. The main direction is the Donbas front, and here the operation continues to break through the defense of the Ukrainian armed forces in two directions at once. The first is located under the settlement of Gorlovka. Here, according to my viewers, throughout the night, all of today and yesterday, very tough artillery training has been going on. The most powerful artillery training from the Russian armed forces and the Donetsk People's Republic, and according to my viewers, the artillery cannonade is gradually Gorlovka is being removed, that is, no occupied settlements have yet been announced, but by ear the front is rolling back somewhere further, that is, we will wait for the evening reports, we will find out what is happening there now. In the south, in the area of the settlement of Gulyapol, what is happening there is not the main powerful breakthrough, it is preparation for the main breakthrough, which, as I understand it, will begin in just a few days. What is happening now is the occupation of some settlements, the taking under control of communications nodes northwest of the settlement of Vugleder. First of all, today the Russian armed forces are focused on taking the populated point, Velikaya Novosilovka, the most important communications hub in the area, after the capture of which it will be possible to further plan an offensive, bypassing the village of Kurikovo on the city of Pokrovsk. Moreover, in the local Zaporizhzhia public, until recently there were such brave Ukrainian statements, which today have been replaced by anxiety. And it will strike at the settlement of Gulyapol, its outskirts came under a serious blow. Yesterday, one of the commanders of the battalion in the local Ukrainian territorial defense died, but here everything is gradually becoming very difficult for the armed forces of Ukraine. Under the settlement of Izyum, Russian armed forces continue to clear out neighboring settlements that have not yet been taken. During the battles for Izyum in the area Oskol Reservoir, the retreating troops of the armed forces of Ukraine blew up the reservoir dam, leaving the area, and thus caused local flooding. For now, flooding is observed in the area of Svetogorsk and will continue to spread downstream of the Seversky Donets River. Thus, the armed forces of Ukraine plan to impede for some time, at least for a few days, the offensive of the Russian armed forces and the People's Militia of the Luhansk People's Republic in this region. Well, according to my information, Russian troops are gradually concentrating on this bridgehead, which was created south of Izyum, and as I understand it, the next few days there, too, the main blow will be dealt. As I understand it, in the final analysis, it is in this area that three strikes will converge, the first for Zyum, the second near the settlement of Gorlovka, and the third strike in the area of the settlement of Gulyapol. Judging by the forces that today are being pulled in from other regions of Ukraine, and now they are pulled here approximately, if you take it, east of the city of Dnipropetrovsk and Zaporozhye, taking into account those groups which are in the Donbas, the total number of the grouping of the armed forces of Ukraine in this area will be approximately 80 to 90,000 people. That is, about half of all parts of the armed forces of Ukraine, not counting the territorial defense forces, will give a general battle to the Russian army. And the winner of this battle will get everything, all of eastern Ukraine, and then southern and least central. I emphasize that the battle is expected to be long and bloody. Now a few words about the secondary areas of hostilities. The first is the Nikolaev direction. A few words about what I would note. Yesterday, Governor Kim of the settlement of Nikolaev did not cheerfully talk about the need to prepare for the assault on Nikolaev. Let me remind you that this man a few days ago cheerfully talked about the fact that Kherson was about to fall. After the group, preparing to strike at Kherson, was defeated. Already today, according to the Governor Kim of the city of Nikolaev, it is necessary to prepare to repel the blow of Russian troops. I can't say anything yet about the blow of the Russian troops, nevertheless, the governor of the Nikolaev region thinks so. And I want to talk separately about the Chernihiv region. Each new day suggests that the Russian command has not curtailed its operations here. On the contrary, today the main focus will be on to completely clear the rear and take them under control. Yesterday, the artillery of the Russian troops launched an artillery strike, and this strike went like a hurricane on the positions of the local Ukrainian defense in the area of the city of Nizhyn. Let me remind you that the city of Nizhyn is perhaps the strongest stronghold of the Ukrainian armed forces in this region after Chernihiv. And also, according to my sources, some serious battle is being prepared in the area of the city of Konotop. Both Russian troops and troops of the armed forces of Ukraine are pulling up their forces there. We can also expect very important and significant events here in the coming days, as a result of which, I think that the Russian troops will push back the Ukrainian group and further clean up territory north of the Samez. And thus secure their rear for future offensive operations. That's about what I can say for now about the military operations in Ukraine. That's all for now, and see you next time, goodbye.